Hello, everybody. Dr. Cherry here. Hope all is well with you. We're back with another episode of Life, Money, Balance, where we let your life lead your money, not your money lead your life, where your life and money work concurrently to help you achieve your life's design. We want you to live aspirationally. All right, let's chop. Oh, I've been hearing a lot of noise. You have too. I know it's bothering your ears about 401k's and what they are and what they're not. Now, just like some good clickbait on the social media sphere, so to speak, there's a lot of clickbait that wants to grab your attention about the the 401k boogie person, so to speak. I heard the other day that, well, 401ks are scams. The banks are not telling you this, uh, that 401ks are meant to lock up your money. The government wants to tax you to death when when the money is coming out, and tax you forever for that matter. Okay, well, there's a lot of nuance in those quotes, and there's a lack of context, and it really scares folks into doing something or stopping their saving and investment plan that otherwise could help them build wealth. And the fact of the matter is that yes, you can contribute to your 401k. That's a employer sponsored plan that is governed by legislation. In particular, it's called the ERISA Act. All right, so it's been in place for a very long time to help qualify certain retirement accounts. So the banks don't make those rules. Okay, legislators do. All right. So, and you'll find the facts and figure, or the facts about 401ks in the Internal Revenue Code, which is the IRC. And that's where we get these numbers from: 401k, 529, so on and so forth. Okay. Because they're numbered sections of the IRS code. All right. So when you hear these, these statements of hey, the banks are trying to lock up my money and they're not telling you this, they're hiding something from you, or that you're going to be taxed to death. uh, Usually there's something coming up right after that, maybe talking about whole permanent life insurance, which is whole life insurance. A version of permanent life insurance is whole life insurance with wealth protection, uh, wealth building capabilities, and access to your money capabilities. Okay, all of those features, by the way, cost money from an insurance company, which is also a financial institution, because these financial institutions do are offering product solutions to help you with your wealth building journey. Yes, and they do cost also. Okay. So when someone is sharing with you that, the banks or the 401k plans are locking up your money, charging you all these fees, they want to tax you forever, they meaning the banks, and then supplement or substitute, substitute with that another financial institution, which happens to be an insurance company. They're financial institutions as well. Then, as though the financial institution of an insurance company is some sort of savior, uh, that's not true. Okay, because their product solutions, all right, uh, they cost as well. So nothing is free. And I've also heard here recently that banks banks in particular are bad because they want to reinvest money to make money off the money that you give them. Okay, well, all financial institutions do this. Okay, including insurance companies. Okay, so uh, I just want to bring down the volume a little bit on some of the fear statements that could discourage people from participating in a retirement account like a 401k that can help them in the long run. All right. We just talked about flexible wealth in our previous episode with Christine Benz from Morningstar, we got into some details about diversifying your accounts. So choosing an employer based plan like a 401k, 403b, these are qualified accounts at your employer. We also talked about having IRAs, individual retirement accounts, and and taxable brokerage accounts, which give you a little bit more flexibility in how you manage your money, access your money, uh, and distribute your money. Okay, so you don't have to put all your eggs in one basket. That said, the 401k is one of the, if you are a employer, is one of your nearest mechanisms that you can use to build wealth. Okay. Now, I want you to listen to that episode, but also backdoor and listen to this as well. There's also a thing called backdoor Ross, by the way. I want you to listen to this episode about people's comfort level about their retirement. There's a couple of studies out that talk about confidence level and retirement preparedness amongst Americans. And most folks uh, have a 50-50 feeling about their retirement preparedness overall. So they may be participating in saving and investing in their retirement. They may have some money in these accounts. That said, they tend to say, I'm not sure if I'm on the right track. Am I saving enough? And by the way, what is enough? All right. Enough is different for every individual and household. How do you want to live in retirement? When do you want to retire? You can retire at any time, by the way, y'all. Okay. It it matters when you align your life and money for your life aspirations and your goals. And once you do that, then it informs what you want to do with your money. Because once you give your money assignments, okay, then they then have accountability, which gives you the connective glue to keep going towards funding what you do want to do. Okay. And getting back to the benefits of 401ks and where everyone is. And here, the thing is, I don't want you comparing yourself to other people's journey. What I do want you to be aware of is that, uh, pretty much everyone is somewhat in a similar boat, which is this lack of confidence in retirement preparedness. Am I ready? When will I be ready? How am I funding? Okay. All right. Uh, Firms like Fidelity and Vanguard and Schwab, they put out these studies on retirement preparedness. And for those that are in their higher income years, so 40s, 50s, the Gen Xers, all right, we're just going to isolate them for a minute. Their average 401k balances are in about the range of 100 to 125,000. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. All right, and Gen X in particular, if you want to isolate them, 150,000 is the average. Now, some of that average can be pulled higher by those with larger balances and make the number a little bigger. So what's the median number? What's that number right in the middle of all 401k account owners? All right. Well, the median balance, which is that middle number, is anywhere between 20 and 30,000. Okay? So these stats support the the lack of readiness, and there's no shame or judgment at all. What this means is we need to meet people where they are, okay, and help them increase their funding to their retirement and help you align what you want to do with your money. Because look, your current self and your future self is one self. All right. And you got to love yourself. And if you love yourself, have some self-worth, self-value about yourself and your family, then you are then aligning your money and then you become inspired and committed to uh, funding these accounts. We're talking about 401k's a day or across your accounts in order to accumulate that confidence number. And by the way, there is a number to what people think what they're going to need for retirement, like a lump sum of money. Well, can you guess what that number is? Because everybody has a different number because retirement is unique to each individual. Well, a recent study showed that people say, okay, well, how much is wealthy to you? Dollar figure amount. How much is it going to take to retire? Anywhere between 1.8 and 2.2 million. So right around 2 million. And if folks are in their highest earning years with average balances of anywhere between 100, 10 to $150,000, okay, well, that doesn't leave much room for uh, for error, but that's okay. We got to start where we are because, particularly for those that are in their higher income years, you can stash away a lot of money during these years in order to either stay on pace or catch up. Okay, so don't be alarmed. All right, be aware. Don't be alarmed. Be aware, and then increase those contributions to these accounts that allows you to save over time and invest and have compounding. Okay. What are these numbers? Okay. I'm saying a lot of numbers today, but how much can you contribute to 401k accounts? Okay. 401ks, you can contribute upwards to, if you have employer and employee, if you combine those contributions, you're talking about upwards to $66,000 a year. Uh, your uh, your pre-tax contributions are 22,500 for this year in 2023, and then you're allowed to catch up. All right, you like catch up? I'm a barbecue sauce man myself, but if if you are 50 or older, you're allowed 7,500 more dollars of pre-tax contributions to get it up to 30,000. Okay, so there's a lot of room there for contributions to your 401k account. What are some of the advantages? Okay, now you hear a lot of times. I'm going back to those statements of the bank is locking up your money, the the government wants to tax you to death, this, that, and the other. Well, there are trade-offs for being able to contribute to your 401k pre-tax, meaning a full dollar is going into your 401k account rather than having it taxed first, which contributes less money to your 401k account. Okay. Well, not only does 401ks allow a full dollar, so pre-tax contributions, you actually get a tax deduction for your contribution amount, which lowers your taxable income. Two benefits right up front. And so if you have higher incomes, this works out for you. Okay. You want to reduce your taxable incomes to pay less tax annually. All right. Then on top of that, you also you also receive tax deferral over a long period of time. Okay, so your monies get to grow and compound without being taxed in the middle. Okay, so you're contributing pre-tax, all right, either to a 401k and lowering your taxable income, or you contribute to an IRA. We'll talk about that later and get a tax deduction potentially. Okay, but we're talking about 401ks. So a reduction in your taxable income per year, and you get to contribute a full tax dollar, and then you get tax deferral in the middle. So what's the trade off for that? The trade off is that when you distribute your money during retirement, you do get taxed for during that time. All right, but what about the entire time your money was in the account? you know, So you get trade-offs at the beginning, trade-off, or you get a an advantage, a tax advantage at the beginning, a tax advantage in the middle, and then you have to pay tax at the end. Well, you've had a lot of advantage from the beginning and the middle. So that's a natural trade-off. And at some point, the the tax person cometh, and the IRS is never defeated. Okay. So you're going to have to pay tax at some point. And this is where I share with people all the time is that uh, try not to get bogged down with being controlled by how much tax, well, the tax that you're going to pay, because you're going to pay it. There's only a few certainties of life, uh, death, uh, and taxes. All right, you're going to do both of those. So, I mean, you have to plan around them. And we'll talk about how you do estate planning a little later in other episodes. But you do have to do constant tax planning. That said, uh, you're not going to not pay tax, and particularly if you've had tax breaks for a considerable amount of time, like with 401k's, full tax dollar going in at the front, reduce the taxable income, and tax deferral in the middle, as I stated. Okay, so also there is accounts called Roth 401k. So inside your 401k, your employer may introduce a Roth 401k option. So what's the difference between the regular 401k and a Roth? Well, just like a traditional IRA, which is the individual retirement account, those are non-qualified accounts with tax advantage. All right. Compare that to a Roth IRA. So you have a 401k and a Roth 401k. You have a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA. So when you hear the word Roth, and folks love this part, is that you get to withdraw or distribute your money, okay, after certain meeting certain parameters, tax free forever, okay. And so when you contribute money uh, to your Roth 401k portion, okay, remember 401ks have upwards to $66,000 employer and employee combined monies that you could contribute every year, 22.5 pre-tax, and then everything after that is going to be, and then your catch-ups, and then everything after that is going to be after tax. Well, with Roths, you contribute to your accounts with a after tax dollar. And see, this is what I'm talking about with trade-offs. Okay. So yes, Roths are fantastic because your earnings and contributions, they grow tax deferred in while they're in the account, and also come out tax free. All right. That is incredible. But let's remember that we did contribute to those accounts with after tax dollars up front. So you're still paying tax. It's just when you're paying tax. Okay. Now I know some will say, well, the tax rates are going higher in the future, so we want to, avoid, paying higher tax, particularly in retirement. Well, this is why you diversify your accounts. So, and we talked about that in the flexible wealth episode. So, be sure to tune in there with me and my friend Christine Benz, and we talk about diversifying your accounts to help you diversify your tax. Okay, over time. All right. So, this is where you get to not put all your eggs in one basket as far as a 401k, but partner that up with other types of accounts. All right. Now, I want to drive the point home that you did pay tax in either one of those avenues. Okay. And next up, I want to say that when a 401k is compared to other investment options, okay, or wealth building options, let's say that, then we have to compare apples to apples. Okay. So your 401k and your IRA accounts, those are for long term investing. And yes, if you withdraw monies out of your 4 your traditional 401k, okay, before 59 and a half, yes, you are penalized for that. But you know what? Penalize is the wrong word. It's actually a deterrent because it's helping you keep your money in. It's a behavioral mechanism to say, if you keep your money into the account for a long term and have it compound without withdrawal, then you have a higher probability of reaching your goals because you have consistency of contributions without interrupting those balances with withdrawals. Okay, so, and some may say, well, you're being penalized or punished for withdrawing your monies before 59 and a half because there's a 10% penalty plus you have to pay tax. Well, the trade-off there again is have your retirement accounts be retirement accounts, and then have your flexible account, say with your taxable brokerage, partner up with something with your other qualified accounts or tax advantage accounts, and that way you have two pools of funds. Okay, so it doesn't stop you from diversifying your accounts. All right, and remembering what our retirement accounts are for. They're for the long term. Okay, so also, you can also partner up wealth building strategies like permanent life insurance, okay, which is risk protection of your life, number one. Then it has other features like wealth protection, accessing your wealth, okay, and also we have building wealth after you have exhausted many other retirement type of avenues. Okay, so not saying that uh, you know whole life, which is a form of permanent life insurance, is not good. It works well for if it's structured right. That's a whole nother topic, by the way. We'll chop that up in another episode. I promise. Infinite banking, be your own bank, wealth, whole life insurance, all of that in another episode. It works well when it's time for it in your wealth building journey. Okay, it is a uh, it is one where you can partner in with multiple different accounts, even real estate a lot. So again, we'll chop that up in other episodes. Okay, but to say that uh, one financial institution is the boogie person, and then the other financial institution is a savior without any cost, or without any cost. Again, apples and oranges. Okay, so just want you to remember those type of things. Okay. Um, Also, too, when you're contributing to your 401k's, you can do something called the backdoor, the backdoor Roth, which is you can contribute to your regular 401k a lot of money in there after tax. Okay, so you got your pre-tax and then your after-tax dollars. All right, you can roll after-tax dollars into a a Roth IRA, because Roth IRAs have contribution limits that are smaller than the uh, than the Roth 401k. Okay, and they also have smaller contribute. Roth IRAs have smaller contributions than your traditional 401ks. So you can contribute upwards to 66,000 into your 401ks and convert those or move those over to a Roth IRA. Again, opening up the door, right, in order to get large amounts of money into a Roth IRA, which uh, is tax free at distribution. Okay, so this is another reason why 401ks are good, or they're helpful for you for your wealth building journey. All right, I want to close with a couple of other stats here. Fidelity just released a study, and they said they had 45 million accounts, 45 million accounts. And of those accounts, IRAs and 401k's are in this bucket. All right. 728,000 accounts, IRAs and 401k's, have $1 million in them. All right. 45 million total accounts, 728,000 accounts that have $1 million. Guess what that percentage is? All right. Percentage is 1.6% of folks, okay, that have $1 million in their retirement accounts. And remember, I shared with you those numbers about average numbers. Okay, average and median numbers. Average numbers in the hundreds to 150,000, and median numbers around 30. All right. And the other numbers say that you could contribute a lot more. All right. So average contribution rates is about 11 to 12%. Okay. Now, the recommended amounts over time, or suggested amounts, okay, as far as financial education wise, is anywhere between 12 and 20, then particularly depending on where you are in your life stage, and also your capacity. All right, you may need to be doing 20, may need to do 25, may need to do 30. All right, so if only 1.6, almost 2% of folks, and that's actually 1.5% of folks have $1 million, and a lot of folks are not feeling well about their retirement preparedness. And also, you could, particularly folks with higher incomes, have the capacity, depending on your household capacity, can contribute monies in your 401k. Then it's only natural that 401ks are a good, or are a pretty good account to participate in. And here's another thing. Okay, participation rates are somewhat low in 401ks. So you want to use these accounts to your best ability, because another reason, as I leave you, is that for employers tend to match your contributions. Let me say that again. Employers tend to match your contributions. Okay. And you'll see that folks will say, all right, this is free money. This is free money. So you don't want to leave free money on the table. Well, you know what? Salary and compensation are two different things. All right. Salary is your income, but what you're being compensated for includes your employee benefits. And employers consider the 401k matching plan, okay, matching your contributions up to a certain percent, as part of your compensation. So it's not free money, it's your money. So do you want to leave your money on the table? No, I'm going to go ahead and get that money, right? So use your full compensation in order to help you maximize your retirement, okay? And take advantage of that match. So a lot of good nuggets here that you could take away from this episode, I hope, in trying to dampen the noise about 401ks being scams. What banks are not telling you. The government wants to tax you forever. All right. Let's hear the whole story. Let's encourage more participation in retirement preparedness, and empower folks to say, I got the information, all right, and I have the ability, and put that together to increase your funding of your want to do, which is your retirement date, whenever that is. All right. All right. I'm going to leave you with that. Tune in to the next episode. Like and subscribe on your favorite channels. And always let your life lead your money, not your money lead your life. We'll chop it up next time. Cheers.